All right. First off, thank you for coming to Florida. A lot of bands skip Florida, so I'm stoked you made it down, but fuck you for bringing the cold. None of us Floridians
I didn't bring the cold. That was Mother Nature. But no, it was nice yesterday, and then it got cold at night, and today it's cold.
Yeah.
Is this weird for Florida?
It is a little strange for Florida. This is like my only jacket.
Yeah, it's like when this happens in California and people start putting on stocking caps and heavy coats and like, what the fudge?
Oh my god, I know. So I also want to thank you for making like some of the most amazing and hilarious and inspirational music for the past 15 years, dude.
Thank you very much.
Seriously, thank you. And that comes from like me and a ton of other people that are...
Sit back here where you're doing this, guys.
Yeah, man.
As long as you're quiet.
Quiet.
So I've been searching the internet like crazy, and I can't find the fucking answer to this question, so I have to ask you. Why did you name the band Reggie and the Full Effect?
I was trying to help a friend's band in Kansas City come up with names, and we were all having coffee, and so I like using legal pads for everything. Yeah. So on this legal pad, I scribbled down, what about the name Common Denominator? And they were like, no. And I was like, what about Reggie and the Full Effect? And they're like, no. And I was like, how about Fluctuation? And they're like, no. And I was like, well, then I'm going to use them. And Reggie and the Full Effect comes from... I've always liked the name Reggie because it was a girlfriend from high school's dad's dog. And it was the most Airedale Terrier. It was so much fun. It was like the craziest spaz dog. And I was like, yeah, that's what a Reggie should be like. Because it's fucking awkwardly just having spasm attack all the time. Too much energy, hyperactive, always humping you. Like, that's
off the wall.
That's my stage persona to a T. So.
Yeah, you encompass it well. All right, so you put out a new album 2 months ago, No Country for Old Musicians. And you funded it through a successful Kickstarter campaign, raising over $50,000. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, one of the rewards was for you to officiate a wedding. Mm-hmm. And I read that you married Mikey Way from My Chemical Romance's fiance back in 2007.
And Ray.
Oh, yeah? Oh, shit. I didn't know that. What year was that?
2007.
Okay, they both got married the same year. All right, cool. So how do you become an ordained minister, and do you go by like a moniker like Rev Reggie or Rev James D3E or some shit?
No, my keyboard tech for MCR had his card, and I was like, where'd you get that? And he's like, you go online. So I went online, and I found the Universal Life Church, and sent them $20. Actually sent them $40, because I also have my Doctorate of the Universe degree.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
But you got one?
Yeah, it came in an award, and we hung that up in my bunk on the bus. But then, I started reading more about, being an ordained minister and actually officiating weddings and stuff, and got licensed. Like 48 states let you. Nevada and New York are the two states you actually have to go in and fill out some stuff and pay a fee.
Oh wow!
And
everything else is online.
Nevada, with Las Vegas, it was like, what the fudge? This is like where everybody goes to get married, but but it's a business there and a business in New York too. So
I guess that makes sense. It's really professional.
But I finally did my New York one.
Yeah,
and I did it the same day that they legalized homosexual marriage. Oh. So when I was at the courthouse filling out the paperwork, everybody was getting married, and it was like the best day to be at the courthouse.
Yeah.
It was just the happiest day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. I got to sign this Harry Potter sized book. What? With names that go back to the 1800s and 1700s.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it was crazy,
dude. There's all kinds of crazy shit you can do online. Like you can pay for a ticket to heaven, and you can pay for a ticket to hell.
I wouldn't buy those.
Yeah, those are such a fucking.
Those I wouldn't believe.
I'm sure people buy that shit.
Oh yeah, of course. It's probably a stocking stuffer.
Yeah, right.
Here's your ticket to hell.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sure parents are like, that's what I'm getting for little Billy.
Fuck, man.
Ticket to hell.
So, back to the Kickstarter, your most successful pledge in terms of pledges was for the limited edition vinyl package, which 367 pledges, $20 a piece. What do you think about the vinyl resurgence and people realizing vinyl is an irreplaceable format?
I just hope that they realize that colored vinyl doesn't sound as good as 188 gram black vinyl.
Yes.
So you're like, I only want the colors. It's like, are you collecting it? No, I just want the color. It's like, I guess you can own 10 pieces of vinyl, and technically that's a collection. But after that many people did the vinyl, it was like, this isn't very limited anymore. Like, I feel like I should have limited it to, like, you know, a certain amount.
Yeah.
But my dumb ass, like, I wasn't even thinking in the long term of, like, because, you know, with all the other ones who got vinyl, it ended up, I had to press like 700.
Oh shit.
But the thing about it that makes it unique is that it is the Kickstarter vinyl.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's the vinyl made by them, like the person who pledged, like, you know, you made this vinyl happen.
Yeah,
like,
you paid for it to happen.
Yeah, you paid for this to happen.
And that's a connection you can't recreate.
Some kid in Canada was like, fuck you, you're so full of shit. This is the most non-rare color. I was like...
It was just black?
No, it was red.
Was it 180 gram or what?
No, I'm talking like the Kickstarter vinyl.
Oh,
when he got
okay,
it, he was like, I feel like I got totally ripped off. I could have bought this at a fucking store. And I was like, no, dude, like the red... That means you helped make the record.
Yeah, so thank you, dude,
like,
so much.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry you're upset, but, you know, thank you for helping me do this.
I'm sorry that you're bummed. I was like, you know, but the red is special because the red is what you made with me. Yeah. Not what you went to a store and bought.
Exactly. You helped me do this.
I was like, if that's not special enough, then I'm sorry. But, you know, you can't please everybody.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. So, are you a vinyl collector yourself?
I have a pretty good one. My wife has... I have an eclectic collection. My wife has a huge hardcore collection.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. She was a Long Island hardcore kid.
Oh, shit.
So, you know, we've got 7 inches out the wazoo.
Man.
Between all the bands that I've played in and vinyl I've collected from my touring from, like, 95 on, like, you know, our collection's pretty good. But I also collect, like, Neil Diamond and, like, Jimmy Buffett. And
what would you say, like, one of your favorite vinyls that you own is?
Portishead Test Press.
Really?
For a dummy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got it in Australia for like $300.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and it's 180 double vinyl test press.
That's awesome, man.
It sounds incredible.
I bet.
And then a bunch of BC Boys 12-inch test presses.
Wow.
Yeah, those are like lucky fight. You know, I just happened to be in Berlin at the time.
Yeah, they were selling one right there.
Yeah, they had one right there, and it's like,
that's awesome.
You know, sweet. Like I got, you know. The Sure Shot, like 12-inch. The thing is, it's not labeled what it is. It just says BC Boys, like a stamp. And then when I finally got back to the States, I played it. I was like, yo!
Holy
like,
shit.
Fucking A! Like, this is great.
That's awesome, man. What a find. So, I read that you enjoy a lot of electronic music. Like, what kind of bands are you into right now? Are there any albums that you're stoked about coming out this year?
You know, it's been so crazy that I haven't really, you know... Like, I know, like, well, my friends' bands that, you know, have stuff coming out. Or it's like, you know, I've just become, like, I really like the new band, The Wonder Years. And I met one of the guys the other night in Philly, and super nice, and was like, he's like, oh, I grew up listening to you. And it's like, oh, thanks, you know, that's awesome. He's like, yeah, just, I don't know, it was like the weird, like, bond, brotherhood of musicians when you, like...
Yeah, you're looked up to, for sure.
Yeah, which
you
to
are.
me is so weird, because I'm just not that person.
Well, because you're so humble.
I guess, I don't know.
I think you are, man. Fuck.
But, you know, I want to hear the new TBS record real bad.
Yeah, me too.
Matt, I'm really interested to hear what Matt Pryor has for our project, because we don't play it each other.
Matt Pryor, James Dewees project?
Because I know what the music sounds like, but I send him the music, and then he puts vocals over it, and like the last time I was blown away.
I like the 3-song demo, or the 3-song EP
when he sent me the vocals back, I was like, dude, this is the way you need to sing.
You play drums on that, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But it's like, you know, there's stuff where, I mean, we try to get out and go to shows, but it's between my wife's work schedule and my schedule, it's like, the last show I got to go to was brand new in December.
Oh, gosh.
And, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Was it at the Starland, or was it at
I went to Long Island.
Paramount?
The Paramount show.
I saw Glassjaw there end of November.
Did you see him with that metal band? The little kids metal band?
No, but I looked him up, dude. Holy shit.
How fucking amazing is that?
I looked him up, like, playing in the street or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta make it there. And then I got there late.
Amazing.
Oh, God. Because my sister lives in Huntington, so it's right fucking there. Anyways. All right. So, were you what were you into when you wrote No Country?
I don't know. Just have these songs that come into my head. Like, I can't help. Like, when I wake up in the morning, I let my dogs out, I make coffee, and I sit at the computer with this little tiny Akai keyboard.
Okay.
And just start going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's awesome. You can do that.
It's weird because I don't know to do anything else.
Yeah?
Like, you know, my wife and I will be watching a movie or something, and I'll be like, hold on. And actually, that's how Give Me Back My Leg came up, was the music. I was sitting there, and we were watching something, and I was like, can you give me like 10 minutes? And I went downstairs to our little studio and came up with the keyboard line and the drum part of that song.
Dude.
Came back upstairs, and my wife was like, that's cool. And it was like, what? Are you being serious? Do you really think it's cool, or are you being sarcastic because I made you pause the movie? And she's like, as soon as you left the room, I turned it back on. Like,
she didn't even wait for you.
No.
Oh man. So speaking of No Country, where did the album cover inspiration come from?
That's one of my best friends from high school's son.
Oh wow.
And he, like, we worked together at Pizza Hut, at this place called Winstead's. Like, hung out at his house every day after school for like 5 years because his parents were home so we could smoke.
Yeah.
And he sends me the wildest shit that him and his two sons do for like the holidays, and like, it's just amazing. And when he sent me that, I'd already had like the album artwork done with the, you know, the cover of the movie with my face superimposed and all that.
Yeah. So there's a different cover?
Well, there was the Kickstarter cover that is like on the merch.
Okay.
That looks like the movie cover for No Country for Old Musicians.
Yeah.
And when he sent me that photo, I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, what is Carson doing, little Mr. T? And he was like, he's 4 years old now.
Yeah.
He was 3 years old when that was taken.
Like, they put fucking a on him and shit.
And he loves it. Like, you know, I went by their house when I got copies of it and took Carson the copy so he could have it.
Yeah. I think he was stoked.
Oh, God, yeah.
God,
I mean, everybody in Liberty, Missouri is, you know, Carson Poitras.
He's fucking famous now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. The album fucking rules, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great job. I think one of the most hilarious parts is the eagle screech throughout the song Guerrera.
Oh, right.
And then at the end, you're like, anybody see my bird? Oh.
Well, I always wondered, you know, in my mind, I always wondered, like, when people are doing that shit, people who have hawks and eagles and stuff that, you know, are wandering around the desert or whatever they're doing, like, they don't always, like, what happens when they don't come back? And, like, say, like, you got something
to do. But what if
a
different bird comes back?
Yeah, or, like, then there's, like, you know, I had a bird when I started today.
Yeah.
Like,
anybody see my bird?
Dead? Like, where's my bird? But then you're in the desert, so who do you really talk to about it?
Yeah, I mean, you just yell.
You
fall to your knees, you're like, what?
Yeah, where's my bird?
Oh, shit. Also, We Make a Breakfast is fucking hilarious, dude. How did you come up with that?
I was in the studio with MCR.
Yeah.
And I was living with Frankie. And just one morning, I was in the kitchen. And, you know, it's one of those open up the fridge. I do this a lot. That's how a lot of Reggie songs happen. It's like everyday life. In the kitchen, like, you know, folding laundry, things where it's like everyday life things where it's like, you know,
you don't have to think a lot, so your brain automatically forces you into thinking something creative. Yeah,
well, it's like just, and it associates music.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got bacon, you got eggs. Hey, like, this could be a song.
Yeah.
So I get the computer out and start making up the corny Muppet music behind it. And it's like
a show tune.
All right, sweet, yeah.
It's just fucking show tune.
Make it like this, like, you know, a little bit of Grease.
Yeah. Oh, shit. So, the thing with Reggie albums it's always been like these hilarious skits, like hip-hop albums commonly do. And are there any rules when recording your Reggie albums, or is it kind of like a free-for-all? I mean, you pretty much...
I just don't want to offend anybody. You know? Like, I'm not into that. I'm not really into hurting people's feelings.
Good.
Especially on purpose, or even on accident. Like, I think everyone should always be self-aware enough, especially as an adult, to know better than, like, you know, I'm not doing music to hurt people's feelings.
You're doing it for fun.
Yeah, like, the only message I have is, like, go have a good time and take care of one another and look out for your fellow human beings. And if shit's going bad for you, just hang in there, you know?
I agree, man.
And that's kind of the only rule, like, just no negativity. I mean, there's enough negativity in the real world. Yeah. And it's like, you know, dealing with that on an everyday basis for everybody. It's kind of like, why would you want to do music that just, you know, makes you more angry. Like,
Yeah. Dude, I feel the same way. Like, I write, and all the fucking reviews I do and everything, I don't put anything negative. Like, so many people sit on the other side of a computer screen and write all this bullshit.
That's what people want to read.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I want to write, like, fun...
Did you read the ReggieVice.com article?
Oh, yeah, I saw that shit today. That guy's a fucking idiot.
The only sentence, like, the very first sentence is, well, I've never even really listened to this band.
Yeah, it's like, I read, like, two more sentences after that. I scrolled down to the bottom.
Yeah, I was like... Are you fucking kidding? Then why would you even write this other than just to be a prick?
It's a waste to read. Like
yeah, but that's what people want though, thanks to like reality TV and.
Well, it depends on your audience.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like Reggie's audience. Oh, sorry. There's probably look. Ow!
Crunching the bottle.
You know, Reggie's audience. It's always like it's been fun. People that want to have fun.
Yeah.
People that are a little bit weird like me. So, you know, they get the jokes or like they're just kind of there to escape a little bit. And, you know, then there's that whole other spectrum of independent music that's like, you know, very serious, which, you know, I like a lot of it. And I think there's so many talented people. But at the same time, like, you've got to be able to, like, take a grain of salt and kind of be able to laugh at yourself when you
that's what makes things special is if you don't take yourself too seriously. Like I think like a relaxed 90%, this is a Mark Levy quote, is like way better than a vein bulging 100%.
Yeah, and you know, but that's you know, some people's opinion. Other people are like, you know, just
take everything seriously.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's got like perfectionists and all that where it's
off of that, I mean, it sounded like you had a blast making No Country.
Oh yeah,
and
of course.
It's such a fun record. So other than just have fun, do you have any words of advice for musicians just stressing out about recording a new album?
Yeah, never force it. Never, because it'll sound forced. And it's like, you know, with music, sometimes it comes right away and sometimes it doesn't. There's, you know, music is math, so there's a formula for everything. When writing songs and performing songs, you know, Rome isn't built in a day. Your band's not going to be huge in a day, and if your band does get huge in a day, good luck. Yeah, because
your head's going to fucking spin.
Yeah, your head's going to spin. And it's going to turn you into an asshole because that's what happens. I mean, when there's millions and millions of dollars involved in, like, you know, business that just got to keep going, money's getting thrown hand over fist, and all this shit's happening. It's like, and your job is to go on stage and you pay these people to handle all this for you. It's like, you know, why mess with the stress?
It's unfortunate. So on No Country, you have some awesome guests. Adam Lazar from Taking Back Sunday, Ray and Frank from My Chemical Romance, Matt Pryor, of course, Allison Weiss.
All the people that usually were there, plus then a couple extras.
Yeah, cool. So Frank Arrow from My Chem played bass at Riot Fest with you.
Yeah.
Any plans to bring him out on tour?
Yeah, well, he was going to be the bass player, and then, you know, he had some stuff come up, so he couldn't do it.
Okay.
So we had our friend Zach come in and fill in.
Oh, cool.
Who plays in the band The Architects.
Oh, all right.
And they're like, you know, they're good friends. Frank's label put out the Architects record, so you know, they're from Kansas City, and I've known them since they were in a band called The Gadgets.
So it was an easy.
Yeah. It was like, you know, just trying to keep it fun, friends. I mean, you know, when you're going to be in a band that long, it's
sounds like the motto of Reggie is just fun.
Yeah, lighthearted, just kind of, you know, okay, we'll get there when we get there.
Cool. Yeah, man, that's respectable for sure.
Breaks.
Yeah. So you play drums for Leathermouth. You played keyboards for My Chemical Romance, keys for Get Up Kids, bass on some of No Country.
Yeah, I did a lot of the bass.
Cool. What are you going to conquer next? Like, are there any instruments that you're interested in learning?
I don't know what it's called. I've been fascinated with it, and I'm trying to get my wife to get me one. It's like the guitar you play with the mallets.
Huh.
I don't know what it is, a dulcimer or something like that. But
I'll look that up and put it
like,
in here.
You see like these really fucking amazing looking musicians with like turtlenecks and like Christmas sweaters year round with amazing hair, and they have these little like felt kind of mallet things. Yeah. And they sit this thing like this, and it's on an angle, and they're like,
it's like percussion guitar.
I don't know. I want to learn. That's what I thought. Is it called a dulcimer?
Dulcimer. Yeah, dulcimer, and then there's a dulcimer you play it.
All right, confirmed. It's a dulcimer.
Just very. I don't know. I don't think maybe it'd be on an album. I think it's more something for me to do at my house too.
Yeah,
like
hanging out in the kitchen.
Yeah, make my dog's heads kind of turn sideways.
Like, we haven't heard that noise before.
Yeah, like, wait a minute.
Oh, man.
Is this song about us again?
Yeah. So you started playing drums at a real young age. What was your first drum set or drum kit?
Muppets.
No shit.
Yeah,
Really?
when I was like 4.
What was your first like actual
Real
drum
one?
kit? Yeah.
My mom and dad, when I was like 12, took me to some dude's basement from an ad in the paper and bought me a 4-piece Tama Art Star.
Yeah?
And it was
Art Star.
half of this dude's kit. He had an 8-piece, I bought 4 of them.
Oh shit! So it was probably like a double bass kit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was hot shit.
Yeah, I got like a $300 Slingerland was my first one. I got it in the mail. All right, so Billy Johnson plays drums on No Country.
Yeah.
And he's touring with you now. He played on the last album too. Being a drummer yourself, did you write any of the drum parts or play?
Oh
on
yeah,
any of the
no, I
tracks?
mean, all this stuff's written beforehand. It's just having like Corey comes in and plays guitar.
Yeah.
Billy came in. All the drums were written. Billy just came in and did the actual performance.
Oh, cool. All right. Francis Mark from Autumn Ashes, he toured with you for a little bit, right?
He's also my brother-in-law.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. What is he up to now?
I really don't know. I know he's living in Brooklyn. He's doing a lot of his art and still making music.
Oh, he's an incredible artist, dude.
Yeah, he's great.
He's so fucking good. Did you ever listen to Biology?
Yeah. I've actually played shows with him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Biology was fucking awesome.
No, they were great.
Yeah, I saw them at a Warped Tour, and like Alexis on Fire played after them. It was such an awesome Warped Tour. Anyways, all right. So, tell me a little bit about your alter egos that you have that you frequently feature on your albums, specifically Fluxation and Common Denominator. If you want to introduce the world to them, you can use their respective voices if you want.
Oh, it's too hard to do that. That has to be sung. Well, Fluctuation is a non-gender specific dance music group from the UK.
Yeah.
And it's all the songs are written about girls, but technically they're written about boys or not.
So it's a question.
Fluctuation is a big question mark. I was such a fan. Like, I was in Duran Duran's fan club when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I loved like new wave and any kind of like Brit pop stuff. And I just wanted to sing with the accent to see what it was like.
Dude, you nail it though. You fucking nail it. It's hilarious.
Do it as corny as possible.
Yeah.
And then the songs kept coming out so funny that it was like, oh, now you have to do another one. And so it's like trying to come up with these songs that they're like me just saying the dumbest shit about like being in the mood for you or like making. The other thing is like all the words rhyming. So it's like, hey, what's happening? Is rap your thing? Or maybe not. And then Common Denominator was done as an accident because another guy in a band I was in was writing a song for some girl, and it took him like 16 hours. Oh, and he was in my basement for like 16 hours, and I was talking to this dude from Mojo Records when Get 'Em Kids were, before we signed to Vagrant. And I was like, man, I could write a song in 10 minutes. Full song, whatever. Like, this dude's taking 16 hours. And so he's like, all right, go do it. So I went downstairs, and I don't know why, but the first thing that came out of my mouth was, hello, Americans. This is Klaus from Common Denominator. And it just began where I took it back upstairs, and it was on cassette tape. And Dwarf Invasion started making it all over. When Coalesce would tour, it would be like, I had these cassette tapes of Reggie, and Common Denominator was on it. And people were like, this is fucking hilarious. Like, what is this? It's like, this is Reggie in the full effect. And it was like, this is great. Like, you gotta play this live. And the first time we did it, it was like, how can I make the show different
Yeah.
then everything else is like, oh, costume changes.
Oh, no.
So on the very first tour, you know, I would change into
You had a
this
wardrobe?
Yeah, I would change into this like Mozart outfit and then put on this Viking outfit and go on New Common
Shit.
Denominator. Like, and then it's just stuck with it where it's part of the
Yeah.
Reggie show is costume changes.
Yeah, shit like that sets you apart. Well, here's the part where I ask you questions that people are going to discuss in CD bars around the country.
Right on.
So, do you watch TV at all? Netflix?
Yeah, all of it.
How about House of Cards? Have you seen that shit?
I've seen like about 5 episodes.
Yeah? Season 2 comes out Valentine's Day. I'm fucking stoked about that. How about documentaries?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you seen a band called Death?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Amazing.
Dude, I fucking cried
I
so
feel like
hard during that.
I feel like I've met that dude's son who's doing the band again.
Yeah?
I
I
feel
want
like
to
I've
see
met
that.
him before.
I think that'd be awesome to see live. Well, how about movies? Have you seen the new Coen Brothers movie?
I haven't seen that.
Inside
What?
Llewyn Davis, I think. Inside Llewyn Davis. It's really fucking cool. You
I
should
just
check
saw
it out.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, that was my
Fucking-
favorite movie last year.
Dude.
By far. 100%.
I was telling, you know, it's from being in MCR and stuff. There's always this funny thing about MCR and Jared Leto,
Yeah.
because you know Jared's Jared,
Yeah.
and I was watching it with my wife, and we were like, man, like, say what you will about his music, but that motherfucker can act.
Yeah.
It's like he's such a good actor.
He is so fucking
and Matthew
good.
McConaughey's amazing.
Oh, yeah,
in it.
that's Matthew McConaughey's best movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
for sure. So, he definitely did awesome in that. How about eating habits? Anything specific? Are you vegan, vegetarian, lactose intolerant, allergic to anything? Any of that shit?
Everything I'm eating, I probably shouldn't be eating.
It's not
And
good.
at like 37, you know, I could be a little healthier.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I'm burning so many calories on stage,
Yeah.
and then it's wintertime in New York,
So you need to bulk up for the winter.
Well, yeah, like a bear.
Yeah,
Like,
grow
you
your beard out and eat a
like,
bunch of fucking
make,
junk
Well,
food.
and I also like to cook and I like to bake.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, and when I'm home, I have like all day I'm sitting there with the computer.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm gonna make stew today and pretzel bread, and it's a very hearty meal. And then the next day, it's like I'm gonna bake a ham. Like, that's very hearty, like super salty, like mashed potatoes, carrots, and ham. And like, you know, my wife will come home from work and she's skinny mini.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, I'll have like carrots and a little bit of potatoes and like a sliver of the ham. But no, you gotta have this ham. This shit is delicious. And I'll watch you just give it to the dogs. But,
God, I picture you like Frank the Tank and old school, just like passed out in front, or not old school, Beer Fest. That fucking
oh,
guy
you
in
mean
Beer Fest.
no, it was old school.
Was it old school?
Yeah, yeah.
With the ham, where it was Beer Fest, where he's passed out in front of the refrigerator. His head's like there, and like the door's open. Landfill.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, landfill. Fucking just eating the ham. All right, so you moved back to Kansas for the Get Up Kids reunion tour, right? And then shortly after you moved back to Long Island.
Yeah, we were only there for like 8 months.
Yeah.
It just made more sense than trying to fly back and forth and
Yeah.
do all that. And it was kind of like, you know, I talked to my wife into coming with me to move, you know, and it was like, you should try something besides Long Island. Try living somewhere else just to see if you like it.
So what brought you back to Long Island? And I want you to answer this in your best Long Islander accent. So
Let's
yeah.
see. Well, oh God, I don't know.
I'm gonna give you shit about this.
There's nothing. Like, what the fuck is there to do in Kansas? The fuck ever. Fucking like that's like everybody in my wife's family are all like you know, Valley Stream and Ozone Park, Queens. Where it's like, why are you going there? What are you doing there? What do they got there they don't got here? In fact, they got everything here that they don't got there. So why the fuck would you go there? And they're like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You know what?
Oh man.
Like it's like the shit of oh God. Like, you need Kansas like you need a hole in your fucking head. Like,
Dude, thank you so much for that. Are there any other projects that you're working on you want to plug?
Floppy Disco, full length Fluctuation EP, New Mountain James, Frankie and I's other project Decibels, full length, more Reggie. Reggie remixes.
Oh yeah, you're doing them?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
And just 2 new videos, so all kinds of
Awesome,
fun shit.
dude. Well, awesome, and that's all the time I'm going to take from you. Thank you, James Dewees.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. Be sure to check out the new album by the hilarious and talented Reggie and the Full Effect, entitled "No Country for Old Musicians," and catch them on tour with Dads, who's fucking great.
Oh
through
the lineup is amazing. Pentimento's awesome. Dads are great.
Yeah, I'm stoked about Pentimento. Is that it?
Yeah,
stoked about them too. They're on tour through February 14th. You can read a transcribed version of this interview on www.showsigoto.com. Cheers.
How do you like the Galaxy?
Dude, I fucking love this phone.